In today's tutorial, let's do a cat scarf. This is part of the Caron Critters collection. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as Yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to work on the Caron Critters and we're going to do the cat scarf. Now on the package it shows that the Caron scarf is knitted, but the package also provides crochet instructions inside. You may have seen these on discount. They are no longer being made, but you may have bought one and not know how to follow the instructions, or you may find these in a discount outlet. Today I'm going to show you how to do the crochet version of these, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this kit too. So inside the kit there are things that are already pre-made. You have the cat's face, you have two paws on the front, two paws in the back, and you have a cat's tail. Now people ask, why would you create a kit that you actually have to crochet the scarf but the other stuff is already done for you? The reason for it is for beginners. It's for people that would like to make something really quite cool and have the hard work of the motifs already done, so that you can just spend the time, learn how to knit or crochet and have a scarf, and then just finish it off with the examples. So if you turn it around, what we have here is that we have all of the samples already done as far as the paws and the cat's face and tail. So all we just need to do as a beginner is that we need to learn how to do the scarf, and then at the end, once you have your scarf done, you just have to sew on the little motifs that are part of it. So they sew on the paws, the tail, and the head. So let's take a look at the package. I'm not going to destroy today's package because I want to toss this into a charity bin near me. So I'm going to pull it out and everything comes together. Here is the kitty cat, and this is a great idea for teaching somebody how to crochet. So you can either make them something, or you can give them the gift of education and actually inspire them to crochet or knit, and then just have the samples already done. So the character has everything tucked in here. You see the tail is tucked into the base of the ball here, and so everything just needs to be done. So you just have to remove everything from this, and then all of a sudden you just have the ball of yarn to work with to be able to make the scarf. So on the inside of the package there are instructions that you can see here, so you just have to slide those out, and today I'm going to work on the crochet version of doing this. So using a 5mm size H crochet hook today, and you're going to use the yarn that's in the yarn ball or in the package, and we're going to create a slip knot. So just wrap the yarn around your finger twice and just pinch. Okay, we have slower videos and tutorial videos on how to do the basics of crochet. This is the back of your hand, this is the forward. Take the back over the forward, and then take the new back one and take it over your finger and slide in your hook, and you now have the slip knot just like that. So what we have here is that the chain to start is chaining of 28. To make a chain, all we're just going to do is just pinch with your fingers here. We do have tutorial series on how to learn from crochet right from the basics, so I'm going to assume you know how to crochet a little bit in today's tutorial, and you can refer to those other instructions if you need a more slower pace. So you need to chain 28. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and go all the way to 28 for me. Maybe back here in just a moment. So to work across the chain, now that we have it done, is that we're going to do a moss stitch, or called the granite stitch. So what we're going to do is that we're going to go second chain from the hook. So you see there's the one right underneath the hook, so that's one, and go to the next one. I want you to insert your hook into the chain so that there's two strands of the chain on top, just like that, and yarning over it, pull through, and then pull through. That's a single crochet. So we're going to do the moss stitch. In order to do that, we chain one just like that, and then we skip the next chain and go to the next one over there, and make sure there again two strands on top, and we're going to single crochet across. Okay, so chain one, skip one, go to second over, insert into the chain, pull through, and pull through. So chain one, skip one, go to the second, insert, pull through, and pull through two. And I need you to do that all the way down your chain. So skip one, second one over, and single crochet. Okay, so just move down your chain, just doing that same thing, and meet me back here at the end of the chain. When you get to the other side, you're gonna just follow it along. So I just got to chain one, skip one, and the final stitch will be a single crochet. So if you chained one and there's not two stitches left after that, so you're skipping one and going to the next one, something is wrong, that you may have missed a stitch along the way. So let's turn our work and go for row number 2. This is a really easy pattern to be able to maintain, and it's just really quite simple. So to start the next row, what we're going to do is that we're going to chain one, and we're going to put a single crochet into the first stitch. So just going right in as a single crochet like this, and then in the next one we're going to single crochet in the chain 1 space. So that's a chain 1, so just go right into the space, and then we're gonna start the moss stitch or the granite stitch as normal. So we're gonna chain 1, and we just skip the next stitch and go right to the next chain space. You can see it opens right up, go right into the space and single crochet, and then chain 1 and then go to the next one. Okay, so you skip that next stitch and go to the next one that's the chain 1 space, and do that all the way across. So chain 1, skip 1, go to the chain 1 space. So in this particular pattern what you're doing is that you just gotta pay attention to the very start of the rows where you are, because we're gonna repeat certain amount of rows in order to keep this, and I think it's only 2 rows that you gotta really repeat over and over. So just keep on moving down the line, just doing this, and with the rainbow colors of or the different colors that you have within the packages of the Caron Critters, this is what makes it really quite cool, is this particular stitch. So in a solid color it looks like a linen stitch, it looks like it's potential knit, like it's a bedspread or whatever, but with the colors it makes it really quite cool with the colors kind of jumping around on you. So you're gonna come up right to the near to the end, and so I've gone into the last space here and I have to single crochet right into the next space. So there's nothing for me to skip, and I just single crochet right into the last one. So that was row number 2. So what we're gonna do is turn our work and do row number 3, and I will repeat row number 2 again in instructions so that you have it. So row number 3, it's always gonna start off the same way, so we're gonna repeat rows 2 and 3 all the time. So in row number 3 we're going to chain up 1 and we're going to single crochet into the first one. Now you can see that the next one here has a stitch, but here's the chain 1 space. So in row number 3 the next one is a chain 1 and then skip that single crochet and go right for the space. Do you see that? So row 2, what happens that there's 2 single crochets in a row, and then you start skipping spaces on both sides of this, but in row number 3 you just put 1 single crochet and then begin the skipping right away. So chain 1 and go right to the next chain 1 space, and keep doing that all the way across. It's called the moss stitch or the granite stitch. It's one of the very common stitches used within Yarnspirations with many of the different designs, including clothing. They use this a lot in clothing when they're doing it, because you really can get quite a distance but keep your stitches nice and compact at the same time. This also stitch would allow somebody of a beginner to be able to whip through the project without too much stress with the crochet version of the Caron Critter when they're doing this. Just like that. Okay, so you can see there's 2 stitches left. So this is row 3. We're gonna chain 1, skip the next one which is a single crochet, and just single crochet right into the last one. So let's review again. So let's do row number 2. So you're just gonna go row 2 or 2 and 3 over and over and over, and you want to leave about 2 feet of the string left over from the ball to use that to sew your motifs together with the whip stitch. So let's begin again. So this is row number 3. So you chain up 1, single right into the first one, so that's always gonna be. The next one is a chain 1 space, so go right into the chain 1 space for a single, and now begin to do your skipping. So chain 1 and then go to the next chain 1 space, and keep doing that all the way across. So you're paying attention to the beginning. You don't really got to keep an eye that it's rows 2 and 3 as far as like writing it down. You just have to look for the visual cues and where those spaces are to know where you are in the project at all times. So you keep on going right to the end. You'll see that this will lay nice and flat, and in the crochet version it looks amazing with this particular cat sample as well. So going right up to the end. Okay, so you go right into the last space here, and the next one is a single crochet, so you can't skip anything more, so you just go single right into there. So that was row number 2. So turning your work and going for again row number 3. So looking for the visual cues that you see the first 2 have single crochets, so this time is chain 1, single into the first, and then begin skipping right away. So chain 1 and go right to the next chain 1 space. Just skip over that second single crochet that was in the way there. So you keep doing that back and forth until you get to the length of the scarf that is desired. Now you don't have to go and use the entire ball if you want to. If you want a shorter scarf, that's completely up to you. It's been designed with enough yarn to have a success story with a long enough scarf for a child to enjoy. So it's not huge in the sense that it's gonna be hanging down to their knees, but it allows them to have a little bit of a cute scarf and keep warm over the winter without having to freeze, but not having to be uncool about it either. We all know with the peer pressure in school that, you know, you wear the wrong scarf or the hat and people tend to tease. So this is kind of more of a fun project. These also make a great stocking stuffer as well. So chain 1 and then single crochet into the last one. And that's all you have to do. So just go back and forth. Once you're done and satisfied, you will take your Caron cake here, and all you're just gonna do is just, or sorry, you take your Caron critter and you take the pieces off. So you just cut the strand and just slide those off, and then you just sew them, or just use the photograph to sew them, and you'll just use the edge of the motif here and just match it to the edge here, and it's good to go. So until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd as well as Yarnspirations.com. See ya. Bye bye.